a.m. this morning, 7 district officers were on patrol in the area of 23rd Street and Alabama Avenue Southeast. Officers heard the sound of a gunfire and immediately drove to the intersection of 22nd and Alabama. Officers located 3 adult males suffering from gunshot wounds. A 2-year-old was also located on the sidewalk suffering from gunshot wounds. Officers immediately rendered aid to all of the victims. The girl was taken to an area hospital, and is being treated for non-life-threatening injuries. 2 men have been pronounced deceased. A third was transported by D.C. Fire and EMS to an area hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Our preliminary investigation revealed multiple suspects exited a vehicle and began shooting in the intersection of 22nd Street and Savannah Street Southeast. The 3 men injured were in the area of the intersection. At the same time, a group, including the 2-year-old victim, was exiting a daycare facility for their morning walk and was struck by a bullet. No other children were injured. The Real-Time Crime Center began investigating and provided images from the cameras in the area to aid in the investigation. Those vehicle images have been sent out to our social media pages. We are searching for a blue Dodge Charger with heavy tinted windows. We urge anyone with information that can help our detectives to call us right away at 202-727-9099, or you can text us at 50411. This is another example of gun violence that we cannot have in our communities. We are sick and tired of this. We're providing all the resources that are necessary to ensure that we keep our communities safe. And we want to say to our community, we are working hard every single day to ensure that this kind of violence is decreased in our community. My condolences again to the families who are impacted by this senseless act of violence, and I'll take any questions you might have at this time. That's still in the investigative stage at this time. I'm not sure of how many. More than one. We do know, just based on the images that was pushed out by a Real-Time Crime Center, there were 3 individuals that stepped out of the vehicle with what we believe are rifles. Correct. That's correct.
Can you kind of go over again how it unfolded? The victims were out in the parking lot, correct, when the car pulled up?
The victims were at the intersection, as I stated before, and the individual shot up the block, hitting 3 individuals and a female girl, a female that was with a daycare group that was going out for their morning walk this morning.
Can you share if you know the ages of the 2 men deceased?
We do not know that at this time.
Was the girl, was it a group of kids being taken out by the workers at the daycare?
That is correct. There were a group of kids being taken out for their morning walk this morning, as typically daycare centers do. Oftentimes we see them out with young children, an innocent bystander.
And so there were other children who were potentially in harm's way.
And there were no other children that were injured with respect to this incident.
But other kids were right there and could have
That
been.
is correct.
Wow.
No.
We'll take a couple more.
Chief Smith,
Yes.
homicides number 100 and 100.
That is not accurate today. That's not correct. We have 95 homicides to date. The additional 5 that you see on our record are from previous year's homicide. So today we're standing at 95 homicides. But it doesn't matter. 1 homicide is too many. 1 homicide here in the District of Columbia is too many. And I'm telling you, we are sick and tired of this. We are doing everything we can, and we push this information out. We send out the information on BOLA. We know that individuals know who these folks are. We're going to ask you again. If you know something, say something. This is senseless, and we have to stop this kind of violence in our community. I'm not going to take any more questions after yours.
The vehicle recovered at 1400 Congress, was that not the vehicle that you were looking for?
What we believe at this point, that vehicle was involved in the shooting. We believe those individuals left that vehicle and jumped into the blue Dodge Charger that we are currently looking for right now. I just said I wasn't going to take any more questions after him, but you still asked the question. But what's your question?
Okay, well, how can people help you?
I just told you.
Reiterate a little, if you wouldn't mind, forgive me. If there's a lot of information, it's going to be accurate with what we're reporting.
I said you may contact the Metropolitan Police Department, or you may by phone, or you can text us. The businesses have been. Let me say something about this area. We have not had any significant incidents in this area for a very long time. I commend our commanders who have been doing a lot of great work within this district to clean up some of the activity that was happening here many months ago. So I commend them for that. But at the same time, we also know that things are going to happen, and what we rely very heavily on are the residents, the citizens, to really help us provide us information that we need in order to solve some of these crimes. The business owners, we've spoken to them. Our detectives are currently in that area, making contact with the folks who we know were in the area when the incident took place, and we will gather as much information as we can in order to bring this incident to a close. Thank you.
Sure, I'm trying to get the vice president of the second district CAC also on the same as well. So I'll do that in just a second.
I tucked my phone under my arm. Your cousin? They did.